if you guys want to look at it later, or if anyone who was signed up and didn't get to join, we'll share it out. We have Arundathi Sharma and Byrd here with us today. They are extension associates in controlled environment agriculture, and they're going to talk to us about controlled environment agriculture. A brief note, this is the second agent update we've done this year. Feel free to suggest future ideas. We're kind of doing this as the needs arise, and trying to really engage in the topics that you all find interesting. If you have any suggestions, drop them in the chat. If you have any questions for Arundathi and Casey, also feel free to drop them in the chat. But I will let them take it away.
Awesome. First of all, thank you so much for having us. We love connecting with the agents and collaborating and then updating you on what we're working on to better serve you and the growers in your community. So we're going to hit this slide. And so I'm Byrd. I'm a Controlled Environment Ag Extension Associate. My position is funded by an ARC Power Grant. So my work does focus on serving growers and agents in Eastern Kentucky, but that does not stop me from helping folks in, all over Kentucky. And then I'm here today with Arundathi, who is also a Controlled Environment Extension Associate. And she'll be talking a little bit more about these projects. As many of you may remember, last year we sent out emails for the census map project, which basically included a list of, hey, here's growers that we have identified. Oh, go back to the first slide first. Here's kind of what the data is showing is in your county. Do you know these folks? Some of you guys, I think we got about 60 responses out of 120 counties. And so we've updated that data, and now we're going back through to really clean it up. We've been making calls, finding out a lot of these growers have added, maybe another LLC specific to maybe hort or growing or something like that. And also learning a lot of these folks are either currently constructing a greenhouse or high tunnel for next year's production, or just finished it and are getting set up for next year. So that information is super important to us as hort agents. If you guys see new construction of greenhouses happening, or someone reaches out to you and says, hey, we're going to do this, we need help, please let us know so we can update that. This is going to give opportunities for agents in other counties, or opportunities for those growers to maybe participate in case studies, get money, and help with other research. And then can we go back to the other slide? There we go. So that's going to turn into a census tool, and we'll talk more about that later, because there's opportunities for agents to partner with us on that and get some reportable credit for you guys. And then that will also be a map that's going to be used within UK. I've been working on K through 12 education, so we're looking to do workshops with ag educators, lunchtime table events where we just let students know that horticulture is a growing industry and there are jobs. So please come to UK and get a horticulture degree. And then potentially career days, like in the community or in high schools, to showcase some of our partners in the commercial side that aren't UK, that may have some internship or other opportunities for these K through 12 students to get some work under their belt, some experience. Working on prison and detention center education, I've made one visit up to Pee Wee Valley Women's Institution. We're making a second one next month. And I'm also working on grants to improve and update the curriculum. So if you work with detention centers or prisons in your community, please reach out to me. Let me know what you guys are doing, what you need, a wish list, and we can work together to find some money to make that happen. And then, of course, as always, looking, we're doing extension agent partnerships, publication and research partnerships. And as you guys know, with UK, those are always evolving, new ones are coming up. So it's important for us to share that information with you guys, and you guys to maybe include us in some of those so that we can help. But yeah, I'm so excited to be here, and my email's there on that list. And now Arundathi is going to dive a little bit more into some of these projects that we talked about. And then at the end, we will look at opportunities so we can work with you, help you guys be awesome agents, and you can help us be awesome associates. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Casey. Um, so as Casey already mentioned, I think it's just about a year ago that, you got an email probably from one or the other of us asking you to confirm a list of greenhouses or protected ag structures in your county. As you mentioned, this is only a depiction of those operations that we were able to get confirmation from you all that they exist. The actual list of possible or status unknown locations is much, much longer. But we were trying to use this as kind of a starting point to understand very, very broadly across the entire state what are some of the needs of growers. And so some of you may also have heard from us earlier this year about recruiting growers to work in a case study with us. So we did end up working with, you'll see 8 growers across the entire state. We tried to get a pretty broad range of locations and types of growing strategies. So really the only requirement here was that folks were interested in moving into controlled environment production, not that they're already in it. So I'll give an example of our grower number 2 over there. She was brand new to high tunnel production. And this was really her first year putting that into practice. She's kind of a pre-commercial operation. Similarly, grower number 5 over there, also their first time in the commercial sector and working towards high tunnel production and season extended production. But what we wanted to do with this project is really understand what kind of challenges people are facing in getting started. And part of that has to do with this terrible screenshot of a study that came out a couple of years ago, actually, which tried to look at the suitability of different places in Kentucky for greenhouse production. To be honest, I think that this is a very theoretical kind of heat map showing, oh, green places are really good for greenhouse production and orange places are less good. But just anecdotally, to me, it seems like there are actually plenty of protected growing structures all over the state. They're just not necessarily large scale production. And so we really wanted to use this project as an opportunity to challenge that a little bit and see, okay, well, what are folks doing all across the state that does work, and how can folks make that work? And so some of you may also have actually heard from me in June when we did go out to some of these sites to basically interview our growers, understand a little bit more about their operations. Over the course of the growing season, they've been sharing updates with us about their production practices, their experiences in the production. We've been trying to document as well how the type of work that they've been spending the most time in changes over the course of the season. And we use that to basically, of course, collect interview data for this project, but we're hoping also to use that as useful kind of extension content as well. But anyway, all this is just to bring up so that you all know this is a kind of project that we would love to keep doing. And if you have growers that you think would be interested in this kind of work, if you would like to work with us on it, let us know. So that is just a little preview into some of the stuff that I'd been spending quite a bit of time on earlier this year. But moving ahead, I also want to share with you all some upcoming stuff. So next week, actually, we have a workshop about converting tobacco float beds for horticulture production. Savannah will actually be speaking there as well. Casey will be speaking there. It's happening in Morgan County. So it's, of course, different for everybody when we have these on-farm workshops, what kind of locations work out well for whom. But the feedback that I've gotten so far is that this is something that could be interesting in a few different locations around the state. So if this is a topic that's interesting for you, or if there are other topics that you'd like us to have workshops about, if you have growers that say, hey, I want to showcase some stuff that I'm doing here on my farm, again, let us know. This was an idea that we thought would be kind of a great way to get folks started in soilless culture. So float beds being sort of a early stage or very accessible kind of hydroponic production that lots of growers, we imagine, have materials for lying around. If you're interested in attending this event, sign up is on KERS. Growers can also attend, of course, it's open to anyone. There's a Google form for them if they would like to register in advance. But as said, even if you're not able to attend, just let me know if it's something that's interesting. So finally, as Casey mentioned, we really, really, really want to work with you all as agents and basically do better work ourselves. Going back to that map, that's something that we would really love to present at the State Extension Conference that's coming up in March. If that's something that's interesting for you all, I know that the proposals for that are due in later this month. So please reach out to us if that's something that's interesting. We really see that as being primarily a tool for agents, actually. So hopefully it's something where you can have a better overview of who is in your county that has a greenhouse or that is working on a greenhouse, what kinds of crops are being represented there, what kinds of technologies are being represented there, and then hopefully we can also use that to better target programming or make more useful programs as well. Similarly, with those case studies of growers all across the state, if that's something that's interesting, or if that sounds like a project that you know you would like to contribute to, again, let us know. That's one that I hope will be more of a publication. And then finally, as mentioned, the workshop, that's one, again, that I think we might try to turn into an extension pub as well, because I haven't, to my knowledge, seen something like that coming out of other extension organizations yet. And obviously, if you have your own ideas, we want to hear it too, because you all know better what's happening on the ground in your county. So I think that's actually all I had. Otherwise, I really was looking forward to opening it up to discussion, taking your all's questions. Anything else to add from your end, Casey?
No, I think we covered it all. But, again, I just want to reiterate, we really want to work with you. So please do not be shy, even if it's just an idea that's in the planning stages. Send us an email.
There is one other thing I'm just remembering. Sorry. Very important. This happened just last week that our new greenhouse specialist started up. She was hoping to be able to join us today, but wasn't able to. She's going to be at the Hort Agents meeting tomorrow, though, in Lexington. So maybe some of you will see her there tomorrow. She's super friendly. Her name is Dr. Ying. That's I guess where I can start. But she's getting started up here and is really looking forward to working with you all as well.
Thanks, guys. I will go ahead and pause the recording and we can take questions and have discussion.